Things haven't gone according to plan. In the last 10 days, we've had to switch our flight twice.
Not only that, but we've had to cancel 7 individual accommodations. Some of those, we're not going to get our money back. So woe is us. This slow travel thing. It's not, is it?
No, not at all.
No, the woe is to the people that are affected by what's going on around the world at the moment. Our original flight was going to be taking us to Puerto Vallarta on the west coast of Mexico. But we saw the news that there was a hurricane on the way, and it didn't seem clever or intelligent to be travelling into the eye of a storm. So we switched that flight and we moved it to Fresno in the United States with a plan of going up to Lake Tahoe. There's a reason for that, and we'll explain that later on in this video. And then after we'd booked that flight, we found that Northern California and Lake Tahoe are being affected by some of the worst wildfires that the US has seen in recent years. So woe is us? No, it's woe the people that are affected by what's happening in the world at the moment. Our thoughts are with people on the west coast of Mexico and Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan and places like that, and also Northern California and the Lake Tahoe area. So what does that mean? Well, we have got a plan C, which may become plan D, and we'll share that with you in a later video. But today, what are we doing, Sarah?
We've taken advantage of going on a little trip for 2 days. So we've just packed our backpacks and we're going to go and have a bit of a change of scenery for a couple of days.
So what we're going to do on today's video is take you to this new location, and on that journey talk through some of the challenges that we've had over the last week or so as we planned and replanned. And the reason for that is because if you're looking to slow travel or retire early, these are exactly the kind of problems that you're going to be running into. And we want to tell you what it's like. Is it bad? Is it a problem? Well, we're going to let you know. But if you're new here, we're an early retired couple that sold everything we own to travel the world for the next 10 years. Tracking our budget every step of the way. So let's get these on our backs, get to the bus station and show these lovely people somewhere new.
Vamos.
Let's go. Vamos. We've ordered an Uber from here to the bus station, and just having 2 bags like this.
If only.
If only.
If only.
Yeah, the rest was like that, but I think our Uber is just coming. Volkswagen. Yeah. This is him. This is him. So let's get in the Uber. Here we are at San Miguel de Allende bus station, the central bus station of this town.
So the first part of our journey already complete. We've got an Uber from our apartment down to the San Miguel bus station, and that cost 42 pesos. What's the plan then, Neil?
Well, it's not so much what the plan is, it's more about what the plan was. So what we were planning to do originally was to head to Puerto Vallarta, and then the plan was to be in Puerto Vallarta for around a month and then probably slowly work our way down the coast, down to the Oaxaca coast, and actually see a friend of mine as well when we were down there he moved to Mexico many years ago. It's years since we've seen him, so I was really looking forward to that. As I said though, with what's happened in Puerto Vallarta, it wasn't really right for us to do that, so we had to change. And this is where it got even more complicated, because we're looking at this journey as stepping stones, really. And remember, we're traveling in COVID at present. any step we make, we need to ensure that we can get from there to somewhere else. We don't want to get to a location and then get locked down. Our first concerns for Puerto Vallarta was when we saw that the state just above it had turned red in Mexico, which meant it was completely locking down. So we were already getting worried about Puerto Vallarta because of we get there and then find the whole city closes down and we can't actually get out of the city. So we were already nervous on that perspective. And then when we saw what was happening after that, we knew we had to move on. So where do we go from there? So we could have headed back to Cancun. Didn't really appeal to us.
No.
We could have gone back to Mexico City, but we want to keep moving on and going forward. So we had to look at another option. And that second option was Fresno and doing Lake Tahoe. But we're going to tell you about stage 2 once we get on this bus and why we wanted to go to Lake Tahoe. I speak amazing Spanish. Yeah, he asked me where I was going, all in Spanish. I answered in Spanish. He even asked me what seat I was sat in. Asiento, so 2 a 3. I'm amazing at this Spanish malarkey.
So plan B was we were flying to Fresno in California, picking up a car. We were going to do a bit of a road trip, weren't we?
Absolutely.
We were heading up through Sonora and Sutter Creek on our way to Lake Tahoe. From Lake Tahoe, we were then driving through Mammoth Lakes and arriving in Las Vegas.
That was the plan. And then this happened.
Overnight, it expanded to more than 320 square miles, an area larger than New York City.
So as you can see, that wouldn't have been clever either to do that route through the US. So we had a Airstream booked in Sonora.
Yeah.
That was going to be so. We were looking forward
Always
to
wanted
doing
to do that, haven't we? We will one day.
We will do one day. And then we were going to be staying in a really cool hotel in Sutter Creek, and then Tahoe. The reason we were doing this is that it's our 20-year wedding anniversary, and 20 years ago we did a trip from basically the same thing, going from Lake Tahoe through Mammoth down to Las Vegas. We thought, what a great way to do a video. Alas, not. So we're going to do this road trip now on this ETN bus. Later on, we're going to tell you what plan C is. We still don't know if plan C is going to come off, but it might do. So this is ETN. If you look back up here, you'll see the last bus trip we did, which was from Mexico City to Querétaro, and that was on Primera Plus. We're now on ETN. You'll see from that one I was blown away by the luxury, but this one, this is better still, Sarah.
No, the seats are really comfortable.
I'm so annoyed on this one that this is only going to be 1.5 hours. I can hardly enjoy it enough in 1.5 hours. But we're going to mend that because in a few days' time we're going to be on an ETN bus. It's a double-decker, and you sit upstairs, front row seats. Actually, I've not booked it yet.
Oh.
But I'm going to try and get front row seats for a 5-hour journey. We've literally just arrived at Hotel de la Paz here in Guanajuato. this is beautiful. And we wondered where our hotel room was, and we saw this big door, very big door here. And we know we're in room 1, and well, surely not our room, but it appears it is. I don't really know too much about this. I've literally gone in, dumped the cases, so you can have a look with me. So come on in to room 1 in the Hotel de La Paz. Quite a nice entrance area, don't you think? Very, very civilised, very regal. Nice regal chairs here that I can sit down and just ponder what we're going to do for the rest of the day. Right. Honestly, haven't seen in here, so I've no idea whether we're going to be impressed by the bathroom or not. Okay, yeah, right, so this is the bathroom. So that's me. A couple of towels. Oh, that's good, because we left our shampoo and stuff in San Miguel de Allende. Very nice. Shower. Looking good. So now, into the bedroom. What about this? 2 beds, 1 each. Laughing, that's good. But these are good sized beds. And, oh, that's nice and firm. That's good. Good bed, good bed. And we got a wardrobe here. And nice little TV up there. And you're thinking, what have you done with Sarah? Where is she? What have you done with her? I'll show you what I've done with Sarah. Are you ready for this? You won't believe this. There she is.
Hey, look at this.
That is Sarah. So
Look at
let's
this.
just do a pan round of the view from our balcony.
She's gorgeous.
It's not bad, is it?
And I've spotted just the place we can go to down there, a cantina.
Really?
Yes.
So we're pretty hungry.
Yes.
Well, we have our biscuits
Well,
today.
Canteen is probably just drink.
Beer.
But I think we need food.
We're thirsty as well.
So-
Sarah, he was a big fella. And that ends this room tour. Some very big fella. Just landed on Sarah's hand.
Oh, how tickling as you said it.
She's not a big fan. But this is amazing.
Well, that was an interesting journey on the coach. Lovely seats, really luxurious, but it was a bit windy, windy roads, sort of country roads. So we did feel a little bit travel sick when we got off.
Yeah.
Also, there was a big accident, so we did have to wait for about an hour for that to clear. It was right in front of us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're here now. What's plan C, Neil?
So, you know, plan A was Puerto Vallarta, plan B was up to Tahoe. Plan C, we're still kind of formulating it. We spent 2 days solidly in front of the laptop this week, cancelling flights, losing money on flights, cancelling accommodation and losing money on some of that as well. We had some things where we had free cancellation, but not all. And now we're on to plan C. So what we can tell you, but to be quite frank, things can change every day at the moment. But what we can tell you is we are traveling from Mexico to the United States of America. That we can tell you. Where? It's not so straightforward to tell you that. Anyway, we're now in Guanajuato. This place is more beautiful than we could have ever imagined. So our next video is coming from here, and we're going to do something a little bit different, something we've not done before. One of our viewers has given us tips on all the things to do in 24 hours in Guanajuato. How cool is that?
Yeah, right.
So, hope you found this video interesting, because this is more information about what it's like, life on the road, slow travel. And although it's not always a bowl of cherries, all it is like a puzzle. And you just got to find what the right puzzle piece is. Yeah, put the right puzzle piece in, be flexible, and you're on your way again. It's a positive story. So if you're watching this thinking, oh, traveling the world sounds a lot of hard work, believe me, it's not. It's a lot more hard work sat in the office like I used to, doing all that kind of stuff. Sitting in front of a laptop trying to work out wonderful places we can visit. Ain't so bad. So if you're new here, consider looking at our other videos in Mexico. We've had a wonderful time here, and also subscribe. If you're not new here, what do you think of that as a set of problems we've had to work through? Challenging, but not impossible. So you've been watching To Go Rome. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.